What's up, military millionaires? Today I want to talk to you about the difference between Bitcoin and Chia, which are crypto tokens that are very similar, as well as Algorand, and we're going to talk through like the different energy consumption levels and why I am personally farming, or mining as some people say, but it's technically farming, Chia right now on my computer using a bunch of external hard drives, how you can do it too, why it might be worth looking into, and a whole bunch of other random crap that's not really what we normally talk about on this channel. Normally on this channel, we focus more on real estate or tried and true investments, but I have been doing some speculative gambling, and I also decided a little while ago that I wanted to be on the shovel, like selling shovel side of the Bitcoin gold rush as opposed to the mining for gold side. And yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to touch on. You'll notice that my setup is trash right now. This is actually the Saturday prior to my movers showing up to leave California on Monday. So this is the last video I'm ever going to film in this house. Well, at least in this room, as I'm going to tear everything down after this. Yeah, so let's dig right in, right? So everybody knows what Bitcoin is, and everybody knows it's got some flaws. In fact, just recently, this last week, Elon Musk said that Tesla will no longer be dealing with Bitcoin because of the massive amounts of energy that it consumes for mining Bitcoin. In fact, just so you guys know, I did a little bit of math, a little bit behind this. Mining a single Bitcoin requires a carbon footprint 7.5 times as large as physically mining out of the ground the equivalent value in gold. That's a pretty substantial amount of energy expended. And there were some other breakdowns. Essentially, to mine a single coin is 1128 kilowatts required, which is equivalent to powering a house for 39 days, right? So fundamentally, Elon Musk and Tesla said that they weren't going to be able to back, I guess, or accept, or however you want to put it, Bitcoin because the carbon footprint is so massive that it goes against what he's trying to create with Tesla. So this actually dipped the market like 10 or 15% last week. People kind of freaking out. It's kind of comical to me how people think that Elon Musk has so much control over the market and they let one man have so much control over it. But this all kind of led into me making this video because Chia is being touted as the green version of Bitcoin, and the network is already growing very, very quickly. I see a lot of potential in this. And so, yeah, I wanted to touch on it because I think there is definitely some value there. In fact, make sure I'm recording the right screen here. I don't know. I hope it's this one. So this is me currently plotting and farming away, not super far into it, but I've got 70 plots equal to 6.9 terabytes of plots. I haven't actually gotten any Chia yet. It says estimated time 5 months to win, but that's been going down fairly quickly. So I think very quickly it'll be under a month and I'll begin getting a coin at every now and then. And Chia is currently worth like $1,500. I can pull that up here later on, but yeah, anyway, so here are a few differences, right? So Chia is set to kind of follow a very similar projection as to what Bitcoin did as far as the halving, except that it's going to take 13 years. So over 13 years, Chia is going to have just like Bitcoin did until 2034, and then it'll slow down to where it's going to mine just enough to where it'll basically be hovering at 0.5% inflation. So while Bitcoin will stop at 21 million coins and that'll be it forever, Chia will not stop. It'll hit around 21 million coins, and then it'll just slowly continue to mine at a rate equivalent to about 0.5% inflation for the coin, which I think is actually a good play because I think that a little bit of inflation in the market is good, but obviously not so much that like Dogecoin, where like one of the fundamental issues that I find with Dogecoin is that there's like 14 million coins minted every day, right? So like that might over time, that percentage for inflation will slow down, but that's a ton of coins. That means that for market cap, for it to hover at $1, $14 million a day would need to be invested into Dogecoin without a single penny being pulled out, right? And that's a lot to sustain. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that. So Chia, very similar trajectory as far as mining this many, then splitting and splitting and splitting and slowing down. It actually works differently. This is the reason it's more energy effective. So Bitcoin works, and I'm not a crypto token genius. I'm reading my first few books, but Bitcoin works as proof of work, meaning that these computers have to just continually run the algorithms, and every 10 minutes, like, you might just hit the right algorithm and you win a coin or whatever, right? Which is why there's so much energy being pumped into this. Whereas Chia works on proof of space and proof of time. So what that means is it's done on external hard drives, which are much more energy efficient than trying to run these millions of calculations. And what happens is you have to farm a plot. So a plot is equivalent to 101 gigabytes. So my 8 terabyte hard drive, this one, I have a bunch of these, can hold 60 or 79 plots, essentially. But 101 gigabytes equals a plot, and that's a K32 plot. And then what you're basically doing is you're running an algorithm to run this plot. And I can right now I can set up do about 10 a day for these plots. And then once you have that plot, that 101 gigabyte plot on your hard drive, your computer can then just kind of farm that in the background. And so the coin is basically what it's saying is, hey, I have this many plots. That's your proof of space. And every 10 minutes, a new coin or coins, depending on where we're at in the scale, will be allotted based on that plot, right? So if there's 100 plots out there and you have 10 plots farmed or farming, then that means you would be eligible for, a 10% chance of earning the coin that time. So that's the difference between proof of space and proof of time versus proof of work. Briefly, again, not trying to go super crazy on this, but so this is way more effective. So Bitcoin consumes 1,708% more energy than Google for mining right now. As I mentioned earlier, that's 1,128 kilowatts per coin, which, for the record, Chia is 1,960 kilowatts per hour for the entire network, right? So the entire network of Chia, 1 hour is worth just one coin for Bitcoin, right? So there's 21 million coins. So you kind of figure it out. So this is very, very. I've been trying to find exact math between the difference in percentages, but the Chia network's still very new, so it's going to take a little while to get more accurate math on the differences based on how many tokens are out there. But so they've got similar to having schedules, similar total counts, other than the Chia will slowly continue at that 0.5% trajectory. And Chia is mined differently. So what you need to mine Chia is basically a solid state drive, or RAM, and then an external hard drive, as I've shown you, and then CPUs. Whereas Bitcoin is run off GPUs, right? Graphic cards. And so are most other tokens. This is run off your CPU and RAM, solid state drives, and external hard drives, which means, those pieces, those components are not super rare right now because not everyone's fighting over them like they are for all the stuff for Bitcoin. It's just jacked the price up. But also, it's a little bit more manageable as far as just putting it together is not super crazy. It's not nearly as expensive, right? I was able to, so for 8 terabyte hard drives, 2 solid state drives, it was $1,700 for me. Now, I already had a pretty RAM intensive computer because I had a friend help me build a computer for 4K video editing and rendering. So I had a pretty high speed computer that was actually built very well for this. So I just added 2 solid state drives and then 8 external hard drives. Cost me $1,700, but a single coin is $1,500. It's inevitable that I will eventually start getting some of those coins, and then it doesn't cost me much at all to keep this running in the background. My friend is actually running a much larger setup and will do very well. And then just to throw this in there, I wanted to also talk about Algorand, which not a ton of people do. It's proof of stake, meaning that basically you have Algorand and it runs algorithms. And so for you having it means you can earn it. So what it does is, for one, it's 100% green. So it's even more green than Chia. And they're currently doing 6% APY for any that you're holding on Coinbase. The reason I bring this up is because it's kind of touted as like a gold or kind of like a Bitcoin version. And it's a coin that I'm watching and have some money invested in. To put that in perspective, for every $10,000 that you currently have in Algorand, it would basically mean that they would give you 1 free coin every day, right? And then as the price goes up, great, but you're also getting a 6% APY. So I currently only have like $400 in it. I get like 3 cents a day in interest, but it recently went up to like 4 cents a day. And it's going to continue growing. So it's just compound interest that you earn just for holding it. I'm actually looking to dump a little bit more money into that, but I don't talk too much about crypto. I have probably $8,000, like 1% of my net worth in there. It's just speculative investments, but the Chia stuff is very quickly, I think, going to pass all that as I mine. I mean, I'm only 2 hard drives in out of the 8. I'm going to buy some more, and I should start getting to the point where every 1 to 2 months I'm getting a new coin. So that's $750 at current prices. It's about $750 a month, maybe $1,500 a month. And then I'm going to hold it for the long term because I really do think that Chia has the potential to surpass Bitcoin just because of how much greener it is for the economy, and it operates quicker transactional times, and it does the same thing as Bitcoin. Also, as we heard, Elon Musk and Tesla are going away from Bitcoin. They haven't announced what they're going to be utilizing instead, but this green alternative to Bitcoin could very well be the coin or coins that he turns to. Now, I'm not speculating on that, but I mean, it could be the case, right? So it's something you can get in on earlier in the game. The Chinese have really eaten this one up because it does not take as much energy to mine or farm. So I just wanted to throw this video out there. A little bit different, super casual, obviously. I'm chilling in basically my around the house pajama top, and my office is all caught up. But let me know, if you guys would like some more videos on speculative investments and crypto and some of this mining, farming, follow the journey along. I'm not going to become a crypto channel because while I heavily believe in crypto, I don't think it's what everybody and their mother should be rushing into, because I think it's definitely still in the speculative arena, and I still prefer tried and true real estate stuff like most of my wealth has been built through. But let me know if you guys want some more content on this. Comment down below, like the video, and subscribe. Let me know, what else you'd like to see, even if it's not Bitcoin or real estate or whatever. If you'd like to see me do some stuff on other investments, I'm happy to throw some money into random shit and see what comes of it for the gram. Yeah. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys from my new office soon.